Yeah. So basically the blue stands for the mechanical, and this is our the base plate, and our system stands on the base plate. So what it does is the pusher pushes the material, and here it goes for the material slot. So here there is a sensor, and it senses which material should be pushed here. So there is a civil arm, it's for the mechanical, and here it's a vacuum holder. So as it senses and it vacuums, so the air handling, the 120 psi, it just rotates, and this is the rotary system. So it goes to the plug prop, and yeah, this is the for the material slot. So civil arm starts, and then it's again stops.
For the electrical part of this, so starting with the power supply off, this has a 120 volt DC power supply. From there, that would be connected to the PLC. And then to start off with the sensors, we have one of this sensor, which is 1B1. This sensor is actually connected to the pusher, which allows the actual thing right here to push it over to sense that it needs to be pushed. And then after that, we also have the 1B2 sensor, which senses if there's like right here, senses for the block. Both those connectors are connected to the PLC, which is basically the central processing for the whole thing. That's where everything goes and is controlled from there. And then you have the B4. The B4, that is basically the sensor for the block to be picked up by the actual swivel arm. So that just goes again, same thing to the PLC. And then that one also has a vacuum sensor too, which allows it to actually pick up the actual blocks. Then you have the 3B1 connectors, 3B1 and the 3B2, which is connected to when the arm rotates back and forth. That is a sensor basically that allows it to move and controls when it's moving up, left or right basically. And then it has the IP-FI that's connected to the power supply. And then moving on to the pneumatic part of it. So with that, there's the air handle, which is connected to the valve box. And you have the push for that, the pusher. This one uses that, so that's connected also to the valve box. And then you have the rotary, which moves it back and forth. So that is also connected to the valve box too. And then you have the vacuum sensor, which this part, because this sensor sucks it up, it uses the air to suck the block up. That's connected to the vacuum sensor. Yeah.
Any questions?
Yeah, I have a question. Out of the 4 different categories you show here, what was the hardest to map out and actually get complete? I go to the mechanical, electrical, pneumatics. Which one was the hardest to do?
The hardest is the electrical, the green one, and the red one is for the pneumatic.
So the hardest one was electrical? That was hard to map out?
Yeah.
Yeah.